Thanks so much. Yeah, first of all, a big applause for the technical people who are solving all those issues today. So, big applause for you. And also for the presenters today. All right. I'm thrilled to be here today to tell you more about TrueName. I'm clicking, yeah, here I am, that's me. I'm a manager marketing at Mastercard, responsible for leveraging global and local sponsorship assets into the Dutch market, such as Disneyland Paris, Champions League, League of Legends. But more locally also, you can think about Stedelijk Museum, Krullenmuller, and the list goes on with amazing partnerships we have. Next to that, I direct and oversee our loyalty program, Priceless.com. And lastly, I oversee the execution of our social media strategy. And I have been told to say that you all should follow us on Instagram at MastercardNL to see the amazing content we generate. Thank you for that. I'm the proud lead and founder of the Pride Business Resource Group within Mastercard, striving for acceptance and inclusion within the organization internally, but also externally. One of the reasons that I'm here today. I'm living in Amsterdam with my husband Johnny and our cat Tiger Lily. Why two names? Well, one was too basic. And lastly, I recently found a new hobby. And for the people who are thinking Steps, the 90s pop group from the UK, no, I mean the thing that you do with an aerobics plate where you dance around. If you want to work on your stamina and have a good laugh, I can highly recommend it. So, Mastercard. There it is. Please raise some hands. Did you ever use the Mastercard? Quite a lot, right? Chances are that you also have a debit card, Maestro. However, what few people don't know, that we don't issue the card by ourselves. That's done by the financial partners, such as ING, ABN AMRO, or Bunk. What we do is we provide the technical highway to make payments possible. So, from the moment you dip in your payment card into the terminal, we start to do our job. Besides that, we are also active in a wide range of other solutions, such as loyalty solutions for major airlines, crypto security, and as you can see, the list goes on and on and on. And we are active in over 210 countries and territories worldwide. So we are aware of the influence our actions might have. For example, for the LGBTQIA+ community. And before I tell you more exactly about TrueName, let me set the scene by share some insights into the communities. So, did you know that 5.3% of the Gen Z individuals identify as non-binary? And that 59% of the people who identify as non-binary feel unsafe while shopping, quite relevant for the industry that I'm active in. But something that's also relevant for you all is the following. 57% of all consumers think it's important that companies address them in a way that respects their identity. So, for example, pronouns or different gender options like besides male, female, X, for example. So important to do so. But also the next thing is quite interesting to mention, that 32% of who have shown an ID with a name or gender that didn't represent their gender presentation were verbally harassed, denied benefits or services, or were even asked to leave or assaulted. And for the people who are reading the fine print about the loss statistic, yes, that was a study done in the US for transgender communities. However, those things happen also in the Netherlands. You might seen it in the newspapers that during Pride, drag queens were denied cab rides, or even a lesbian couple was beaten up by the cab driver. And the list goes on and on with incidents in the Netherlands as well. So also here, there's work to be done. So our names define us. But for millions of people in the LGBTQIA+ community, there is a place where that simply isn't true. Their payment card. And that's where we are working on, to fight misrepresentation with TrueName. And it might look like a minor change, but it has a massive impact. With TrueName, we allow people to display their chosen name on their payment card. And that's relevant because people are facing aggression when they are trying to pay and the name doesn't match how they look like. But also, oh, that's a bit too fast. But also, it reminds them of a person that they are no longer are. So it is really relevant. And how did we launch this into Europe? With a pan-European campaign. Here we are. We launched it on May 17th in 2021, and we choose the date for a reason, of course, because it's the International Day against homophobia, transphobia, and biphobia, also known as IDHOT. And we collaborated with some major European LGBTQIA organizations, because it's important that you speak with the people who are experts within the field, then that you speak on behalf of them. We created a video and some educational content for an online campaign. And lastly, we focused on the human interest and impact, collaborating with LGBTQIA plus influencers, or I must say content creators nowadays, to make an impact also locally. And in a minute, I will show you the video, so please start preparing to show it already. Yeah. And it's the campaign video. And what's important to mention that there are real people telling their real, showing their real emotions in a non-scripted way. And it demonstrates so well the importance of having a feature like TrueName. So I'm looking at the back. Hopefully they are ready. No, they aren't ready. So they are working on it. And absolutely, please do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Quite a challenge, yeah. Yeah, because one of the things is that we provided a standard that can be used by all those institutions. That makes it already easier to have a standard to work on. And also, maybe interesting to know, it isn't mandatory to have the name on your passport matching the name on your payment card. A lot of people think so. That's not the case. So that's one of those things as well. Another thing that helped is by providing insight why it's relevant to do so. What I shared, how big that audience is as well. Does that answer your question? It was a big issue, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely hard to get it implemented into their IT systems. We all know how hard it can be sometimes to change something minor into the systems. But we updated our payment infrastructure as well, because there is also some acceptance and checks needed if the person who's using a card, if that's all okay. So we made sure that on our side, when the person is putting their payment card into the terminal, that from our side everything is fine, and they have updated it upfront. But also, it's not only on the payment card, but also in their systems, on their bills, etc. So it's not a gimmick. It's changed everywhere. Are you ready, guys? Perfect.
Wenn ich auf meine Bankkarte gucke, da denke ich auch manchmal, wer ist das? Ist das meine Karte?
À chaque fois que j'utilise ma carte bancaire, c'est vraiment un moment de stress pour moi.
Hij pakt ze aan en hij kijkt ernaar.
Et j'étais là, si, c'est moi. Non, c'est pas vous. J'étais là, si, c'est moi. Pijnlijk, niet fijn, verdrietig soms ook.
C'est juste le fait de me sentir que je ne suis pas visible tel que je suis.
Es fühlt sich sehr falsch an, diese Karte zu benutzen.
Und dann sehe ich da meinen alten Namen und kann mich damit einfach nicht identifizieren. Weiß aber, dass es meine Karte ist, aber es ist nicht mein Name.
Het lijkt misschien een klein dingetje, maar het is een heel groot ding voor mensen zoals ik. Mag ik hem openmaken?
Oh my god. Ouh.
Thank you.
Mon nom d'usage, le vrai moi, le nom que j'utilise, quoi, qui me correspond vraiment.
I think it's, well, demonstrated why it's relevant to have a benefit, or, well, a benefit, a standard, to make that possible. And, oh, I have to wait, sorry. The campaign had a major impact, if you ask me. So here you see the first numbers are coming up there. We had an 8.6 million reach on social media, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. An additional reach of approximately 3.5 million with the content creators we worked with, making it relevant locally as well. An additional, oh, I'm not clicking here. I see. There it is. And there it is. All right. 74 plus million reach generated by 109 publications in Europe. And good to mention, we didn't pay them a dime. No. So that was pretty awesome. And something that I'm really proud of is that Mastercard has won the Advertising Award for Brand of the Year. And those folks are looking into content. They are experts within the brand and communication field, recognizing initiatives for the LGBTQIA community. And being part of the community myself, to be recognized by them that we are doing a good job, makes me really proud. Furthermore, I already mentioned it, we work together with some strong EU LGBTQIA organizations, and they helped us really well. Locally, for example, COC, Transgender Netherlands, but the list goes on and on with amazing partners that we had along the way. And lastly, we went live in 30 countries with a pan-European campaign. And although those numbers are already pretty great, if you ask me, we went live in a 3-month time frame. So that's from the technical implementation at the site Bunk. And this was only possible due to the involvement of the great partners we work with. So Bunk, the issuing party, but also an email from was recognizing the great work, but also, for example, our creative agency, FCB Amsterdam, for creating such a stunning video. Omnicom PR Group, well, the numbers speak for themselves, I believe. And I want to mention also something else, and I'm not paid or asked to say so, but also the leadership team in the Netherlands, but also in Europe and global, for providing an atmosphere where employees are able to work on projects that are close to their heart. And I think this is a great example what the impact can be if you believe in your employees and give them the tools to go along with it. And did it stop there? Absolutely not. Our journey continued. We participated at Pride Amsterdam during this summer. And for the people who don't know how big it is, it's the second largest event in the Netherlands. So it's quite large. And we also introduced a new ambassador, Solange Dekker. Doesn't she look stunning, by the way? And also, we are aware that not everyone is able to participate in Pride. That's not safe, or that they're not able to join or whatsoever. So what we did, we run a global campaign to celebrate Pride in a metaverse. And we organized several things. For example, gatherings with a safe space to share your personal stories. Great artists performed, NFTs were able to win, but also you were able to participate digitally on our Pride Vote, or from New York or from Brazil. So also in that way, we are making sure that this is accessible for everyone. Well, Bunk was the first one to launch it together with us in 30 countries. We recently went live in Germany, Belgium, and France with some major issuers. So our journey continues. And I'm always at the end of the presentation, and when I was preparing all this stuff yesterday, I was thinking, all right, what should be the key takeaway? I think I have two. The first one should be that you don't have to be queer to be a supporter for the Pride community or for the LGBTQIA+ community. You can facilitate an atmosphere to bring change. Another thing that I wanted to share is that there is not a lot of insights available on the non-binary communities. Sorry. So what Mastercard did, we have run a research on, and I hope that you can see it, but we run a research on non-binary communities among approximately 16,000 people in 16 countries, including Europe and North America. And to give you an understanding of the impact, this is the biggest research ever done on this topic. And why is this relevant for all of you? Because the data in there, and I already sprinkled some information into it, is pretty relevant for all of us if you want to be an inclusive brand. For example, if you want to add pronouns into your CRM platform or on your employee platform, or if you wanted to open a gender-free restroom. And why is it important? It's all about data today. To build a business case, you need data, right? Now you can say, well, great question, Tweebas, 5.3% of the Gen Z individuals identify as non-binary. Approximately 4% of all generations identify as non-binary as well. But if you are looking to younger generations, the percentage is even higher. This is the data to build a business case. It can be found by the link over there, so please take a print screen. And yes, I know I have to shorten the link a bit, but it will work with a picture. My name is Boris Hellemans, Manager Marketing and Mastercard, Pride BRG Lead, and it was my absolute pleasure, there I am, to be here today. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Boris, for this journey together with you. And
thanks for having me.
Yes, for coming here with us. One question for you. I mean, you closed the presentation by saying the journey continues. You know, there is much more to do, and the question is, thinking about the finance industry at large. Where do you think there is some work to do in terms of making advertising more inclusive or products more inclusive?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And to be honest, there is a lot to be done to make the financial industry more inclusive. But one of the things that pops up straight away is an a la carte feature that we are working on, Touch Card. And what we are doing is providing a new standard for people who are visually impacted, for example, for blind people. And we chipped out a bit out the card in different shapes so that they can feel the difference in a prepaid card, a credit card, or a credit card. I think I forget one, a really important one. So by providing those standards as well, we try to make the financial industry more inclusive.
Beautiful. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Another big round of applause.
Thank you.
I don't have the controller, but I will control with my mind. I can control with my mind. Thank you. So we are, at the end of the event. So we need you. And so thanks a lot for staying with us, joining us today. For the people that are in the room, we will have drinks. For people that are at home, we will see you soon in the room. If you want to join the Creative Task Force, get in contact with our... Yes, you know, here she is. My superpower don't work anymore. But anyway, here she is. Get in contact with Sanne, our program manager and superhero today that also helped us navigating the tech hiccups. Before closing the events and before seeing you at the next DDMA Creative Committee event, I would say a big round of applause for our speakers that were here today and guided us in our journey. Goodbye, everyone, and see you at the next DDMA Creative Mixer. Yeah.